My bad, you guys. Let's get everything kind of ready here. All right, I'm only live on YouTube and Kick today. I'll post my Kick link down below. Make sure you guys hit that link. Go follow your boy, man, so you can get your name written on the wall in Sharpie. Show your support by just doing something that's free by following me on Kick and helping me get that account to 100 followers and continue the journey on free speech and go into other platforms so we can talk more freely. So I'm going to post that now. Go down below and follow it, please. Not live on Rumble today. Don't feel the best. So I am just doing Kick and whatnot. But Candace did a video again once again last night. So we're gonna go ahead and cover it. Everybody that's in here, thank you guys for supporting your boy. Much love to everybody. Thank you guys for stopping in every single day on YouTube. We always run it up on YouTube, get tens of thousands of views. We've been doing so good. So make sure you guys double tap that screen when you get in here and show some love and support by just double tapping the screen. It's free. It's easy. If you don't like me, don't like the way I think, just hit me twice. And yeah, that's why you should go follow me on Kick, Gentle Giant. So when I do cover Nick Fuentes, it's on a free speech platform. Can't cover him on YouTube. But anyways, let's get to the bread and butter of everything. I'm gonna go live for a little bit today, not long. I have my speaking event at the college tonight. I will be speaking at my local college at 7 o'clock. I gotta go get set up or at 6 o'clock. Go set everything up. So I'm gonna make this stream quick. We're gonna run over Candace's latest video. She's going over some other stuff, I guess, proving people wrong about Charlie Kirk. I don't know where she's leading us, but some of it feels like the truth. Some of it feels kind of weary and like unauthentic. But we'll see what's going on. Like I said, I'm speaking at the college tonight. I will be live streaming my speaking event at the college. I- I'm, I don't know, a central time or something like that. It'll be at 7 o'clock my time to 8:30. So it's 1 o'clock for me now. So I don't know, take that for what you will. But I'll be speaking at the college and whatnot. So I'm gonna make this video short. While we're listening on this video, I'm gonna be taking a bit of notes and listening to you guys' chats. If you guys want to support your boy, I'm gonna put my Cash App down below. Uh, I usually don't do this, but due to recent things and recent thinkings of how good I've been doing on these streams and how how fast you've been growing, it's not too far fetched to um, you know ask for a donation, which you guys cannot donate through YouTube because I'm demonetized. So if you want to support me, here's my Cash App. I'll post my Streamlabs link down below as well, and you can get your name written on the wall behind me. So much love to everybody, guys. Thank you guys for being here again. Double tap that screen. Let's try and get to 50 likes right away. Um, Thank you, Gentle Giant. Much love. Again, go follow my Kick. The link is in the description. Hit the three dots above my head to go follow my Kick account and show some love and support. And let's continue to grow the channel. We gained 200 subscribers last night. All we need is another 290. If we can get 290 subscribers today, we'll be at 7K. That makes us 3,000 away from 7K. We've been going up so quick. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you guys for everything. I love you guys. And let's get into the video, man. But yeah, I just want to say how much I love you guys, and I really do truly appreciate you guys. And we're just going to continue to grow. I've been having problems at my job because of this, profession that I love and my passion. So it is what it is. But everybody, double tap that screen. It only takes 2 seconds to double tap the screen, show some love and support, and let's hop right into this. Again, my speaking event will be tonight at 7:30 my time. It's 1:09 right now for me. So make sure you guys tune in for that tonight. Hit the notification bell after you hit the subscribe button. We are 290 away from 7K subs. And then that makes us only 3,000 away from 10K. We're well over halfway to 10. Let's continue to keep pushing forward. Support your boy. Show some love. Double tap the screen. Say what's up in the chat, and let's get to it, guys. I love you guys. Thank you so much.
Thursday, everybody. And I'm serious. You should be happy and you should be merry because the tapestry is unraveling, right? I mean, there has been an extremely carefully woven tapestry of deception in all of our lives. And I think that Charlie Kirk's assassination, while of course it was a tragedy, has also worked to awaken the world to a deeper evil, something more sinister that sits below. So today we are going to talk about the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League, because suddenly Kash Patel wants to distance the feds from them. I don't really think that's possible, and I'm wondering why he chose yesterday to do that. Plus, we received a few tips regarding the woman who is missing from the footage, and while we certainly cannot confirm that it's actually this individual, we do find the fact that she gave a public testimony to be pretty interesting. What she says is interesting. Also, what she does for a living is even more interesting. Our witness tree grows. Welcome back to Candace.
Hey guys, I'm not trying to interrupt, but make sure you guys double tap that screen. Thank you to the people who already have, but double tap that screen, you guys. Get those likes up. Let's get an algorithm, show some love. I don't have much time because of my speaking event tonight at the college. I just wanted to come say what's up to the family. You guys know I can't go a day without coming to say what's up to you guys because you guys make me motivated more than anything. You guys are pretty much up in par with my kids when it comes to how much I'm motivated to do this stuff. So everybody just double tap that screen. Let's try and get to 100 likes right away. Let's go.
Okay, I need you guys locked in because things are becoming increasingly interesting. Okay, yesterday, the FBI made a rather curious announcement. They announced that they were going to cut ties with the ADL, right? You know what the ADL is, the Anti-Defamation League. And the reasons, well, because they had listed Charlie Kirk and his organization, TPUSA, to be extremist. Everybody's an extremist according to the ADL. But I want you guys to know that this is not a subtle announcement. We need to unpack this announcement because I don't care what side of the aisle that you are on, you need to understand that the ADL is not, nor has it ever been, what it purports to be, okay? Purports to be, oh, we're just looking out and hate speech and extremism. No. The reality is the ADL was born out of a Jewish Freemason organization known as B'nai B'rith. Now, if you're on my book club, you know this, but Sigmund Freud was a member of B'nai B'rith. We were discussing, we're reading right now the book, The Assault on Truth, and Sigmund Freud is very relevant. You have to learn the history of Sigmund Freud. He's in all of our schools, all of our universities, taught as a hero, the history of the psychoanalytic movement. Look, the reality is him and all of his homies were covering up for incestuous child abuse. That is a fact, okay? They can't wipe that stain away. Quite literally, the way that they did this was through the mechanism of gaslighting. That's what he is the father of, public gaslighting, okay? That's what modern psychology is. They moved to instead diagnose people who were being abused, right? They were using their credentials, I'm a this, I'm a that, to make people, maybe the wider public, believe that their gaslighting was actually legitimate. That is what the book, The Assault on Truth, unpacks. It is therefore a must read because you have to realize how horrific the crimes were that were being committed that they were covering for. So Sigmund Freud was in B'nai B'rith, and the ADL was born out of B'nai B'rith. Why? Well, because they put the organization together to defend a pedophile and a murderer. His name is Leo Frank. Leo Frank was an unbelievably wealthy Jewish factory owner down in Atlanta. And this is 1913. It's very relevant. You should know this happened in 1913.
Guys,
and
hey guys,
this is the American South. You know what was going on there.
Hey guys, we have 300 people in here. So let's double tap that screen. Let's try and get to 100 likes, you guys. 300 people. I just need 90 of you beautiful people to just double tap the screen and get us to 100 likes. Support your boy again. Tune into my college speaking event tonight, but support your boy by double tapping the screen. Hit the subscribe button. We're this close to 7,000. We've been gaining a few hundred subs every stream. We only need 290 subs after this stream. If we get 290 subs this stream, guess what? That means we're at 7,000. And oh my God, that means we're growing pretty fast. You want to know what else that means? Hey, we're only 3,000 away from 10K. Then it's only up from there, and soon we'll get that plaque. Thank you guys for being the only chat on YouTube that's very supportive and shows love. And can't be any more grateful than I am now. I love you guys, and I'll shut up. But double tap that screen.
And Mary Fagan was a 13-year-old girl who worked at his pencil factory. She was found brutally raped. Okay, she's a Catholic girl, by the way. I want to say that. She was a young Catholic girl. And Leo Frank, even with all of his money, all of his connections, the best lawyers that money could buy, connections all the way to the Supreme Court, he was so guilty of what happened that despite the fact that he tried to pin it on a poor Black janitor, even in the segregated South, where people were just like, hey, give us any reason and we will go lynch a Black person, the racist segregated South, they still found him guilty. Okay. They still found Leo Frank guilty. And so much has been written to try to obscure this still. They are still trying to defend Leo Frank. What happened then is that his buddies over at the Freemasonic Lodge, B'nai B'rith, assembled the ADL to gaslight the public. No, Leo Frank wasn't guilty. Look what happened after. He was lynched for what he did to Mary Fagan. He is actually a victim of anti-Semitism. That's it. He wasn't guilty. I'm sure maybe the Black guy did it in 1913 Atlanta, and everyone conspired to instead attack a wealthy factory owner. Like I said, to this day, they are using those mechanisms to try to gaslight us and to pretend that Leo Frank was really the victim in this tragedy. It's utterly demented. I will never let it stand. He killed Mary Fagan. He is still guilty of that crime, no matter how much the ADL tries to obscure that. And by the way, if you want to learn more, you should learn more about Mary Fagan's murder. I can point you guys, there's a book called The Murder of Little Mary Fagan, and it is written.
If you guys wondering what I'm doing, I'm writing down notes for my speaking event tonight at the college. So like I said, tune in then. But double tap that screen. Thank you guys for showing so much love and support. Welcome back in, Daniel. Welcome back in, or Danielle, sorry. 31 people so far have liked. We just need 69 more likes and we will, or 79, whatever, and we will be at 100. Thank you guys so much. Let's try and hit 7,000 subs this stream. We are so close. We're at like 2,710. So we're very close. Double tap that screen, hit the subscribe button. Much love.
And by a relative of hers, and that relative's name is also Mary Fagan. You should read the details of what happened 100 years ago. You should read the facts around it, read the case documents, learn about the brutal rape and the murder and what happened thereafter, because so much has been written since to try to obscure those facts. So go to the family member as a source. Do that in your own spare time. In fact, maybe I should add it to the book club list. Anyways, the reason why I'm telling you that is because there is it really is a very crucial element of our history that you need to come to terms with, right? The modern media machine, all of these journalists who lie and gaslight, you're seeing it right now, what they're writing about me, it's insane. They are students of effectively the psychoanalytic community. Let's gaslight and then we will diagnose. Gaslight and diagnose. Seeing it happen in real time pertaining to the Charlie Kirk.
To Gentle Giant, yes, potentially I'm going to start slowly sliding it in, but it won't be so like head on as it will be later on in my events. So yeah, this is for who of you that are new to oh my god, for those of you who are new that are tuning in, we are watching Candace Owens' last video because as you guys know, she's been unpacking a lot when it comes to Charlie Kirk's death and the situation surrounding it. A lot of things seem to be adding up. A lot of things seem to be contested. Very interesting to watch. That's why we're watching it. Anyone that's new to the stream, double tap that screen. Show some love and support. We are 63 more likes away from 100. 63 more beautiful people. Let's try and hit 7,000 subs this stream. I believe we can do it. We've been getting a few hundred each stream. So let's try and get to 7K. Double tap that screen. Hit the subscribe button. Welcome anyone new. Jesus is King. God bless you guys.
Case. We watched him be murdered. And then we watched the feds lie to us rather fanatically. The text messages, I think, were really the what is going on. And now they're yelling at us for noticing. Like we are all being abused right now by the press, right? They're trying to spin it. No, I can't believe people have questions. The conspiracies are so bad. These text messages were totally legit. Anybody who wants to investigate it further, crazy. Oh, just totally crazy. We're all clinically insane. We should probably consult a physician. How dare we? It's inappropriate. Candace, they always say this, she must be suffering from postpartum psychosis. Okay, whatever you want to call the thing is that I'm suffering from when you watch your friend catch a bullet in the neck, you can call it that. Diagnose it if you need to. Anyways, you guys, the time has come for us to wake up. Now, it should unnerve you with that little bit of history that despite their well-documented founding, the ADL is so powerful of an organization that they have been directing the FBI for years. Okay. They label people who tell the truth extremists, they put them on a list. I think it effectively works as a hit list. And then they direct and work with the FBI in partnership to go after those extremists. Okay. That is a very weird relationship, a strange relationship, an immoral relationship, and a corrupt relationship. Now, I want you to know that I learned that recently, last year, that both the left and the right work with the ADL. Okay. There was this lie that's told publicly. I believed it, that it's just the left. It's all
60 more double taps. We'll be at 100. Love you guys.
left leaning. No. They work with both the left and the right. The neocons on the right side work arm in arm with the ADL and feed them names, primarily of anyone, I should say, who is an enemy to the state of Israel. So currently, you have Trump people who I guess are trying to save face for their remarkable lack of curiosity as it pertains to who assassinated Charlie Kirk, who loved them and worked did whatever he could to support their administration. They're trying to save face and pretend that they're upset, like, oh, we're going to do something. It's not okay that this happened. Look over here, right? Oh, look over here. The ADL put Charlie Kirk on a list. Now that he's dead, we demand post-justice. And Kash Patel's doing that. He's acting right now. He's pretending that he's delivering some form of justice. I think Elon Musk tweeted about Charlie Kirk and TPUSA being on the list, and then it kind of caught fire. And this became the new conservative talking point. The ADL must pay for that. And sure enough, the FBI director, Kash Patel, announced yesterday that this is over.
So for 1 second, I just want to interrupt this. For all 440 of you guys watching this, put our differences aside. And I just want some good energy for my speaking event tonight. I'm getting stuff ready, putting down notes, and I'm doing this live stream, interacting with you guys. Can we just get one thing? Besides liking the video, getting it to 100, whatever, let me just get one thing in the chat. Can everybody say, Jesus is King? Can everybody put something positive in the chat? Jesus is King. All glory to God. Today's a good day because we are blessed to be here. I love you guys.
Over. Yes, the ADL was training FBI agents and sharing intelligence in partnership with the FBI. The FBI and the ADL had a partnership sharing intel. They were training agents, and he says no more. Okay, he wrote this in a tweet. James Comey wrote love letters to the ADL and embedded FBI agents with them, a group that ran disgraceful ops spying on Americans. That era is over. The FBI won't partner with political fronts masquerading as watchdogs. Now, if you're on the right, you're supposed to go, yay, justice served. If you're on the left, you're maybe going to be.
Thank you guys so much. I love seeing the people actually taking the time to write it out. Regardless of what you believe in, Muslim, Christian, whatever, we all know that there's a God, right? And it's nice to see people in here at least recognizing that. Thank you guys so much. One's in the chat if this is a good stream. One's in the chat. Also, if you have subscribed and joined the family, my Kick link is down below for when I want to have freedom of speech. I'm not live on Rumble today because I'm not feeling the best, but I love you guys, man. Thank you for showing me that there's some people in here that really do believe in good energy and a good start to the Friday.
Happy that the ADL responded very graciously to this. They issued a statement immediately. They said, as we prepare to observe the holiest day of the year on the Jewish calendar, I don't know, that's just like, I guess they're a victim somehow. We have seen the statement from the FBI Director Patel regarding the FBI's relationship. ADL has deep respect for the Federal Bureau of Investigation and law enforcement officers at all levels across the country who work tirelessly every single day to protect all Americans, regardless of their ancestry, religion, ethnicity, faith, political affiliation, or any other point of difference. In light of an unprecedented surge of anti-Semitism, we remain more committed than ever to our core purpose to protect the Jewish people. You should know that all of that you just heard, okay, is BS, okay? It's slave slop. We are the slaves, and they are serving us slop right now. The illusion that things are changing, the illusion that it's left versus right, or that it's Jewish Americans versus everybody else. Hey, Jewish Americans, if you're watching this, you want to wake up to the ADL. is not your friend at all. They don't care about what happens to you. If you need more proof, you should know that they curiously removed the Azov battalion. They're carving swastikas on their head, the Ukrainians murdering people. They removed them from the hate list. Candace Owens is on there, though. I'm sure you guys go to bed and you're worried about Candace Owens and not the people that are carving freaking swastikas on their head and murdering people. Okay? They don't care. That's all. This is all just slop. Left versus right illusion, whatever it is. But the more important question that I want to get to is why now? Why are they putting on this performative bit right now? Well, yesterday, I made an offhand remark about the ADL and the FBI sharing an office in Connecticut.
Welcome in, Amy. Welcome in, Stay. Welcome in, everybody who's new to the channel. Make sure you guys double tap that screen. Thank you guys for the love and support. We are on the road to 7,000 subscribers. Really, we're on the road to 10,000, but each stream we've been gaining a few hundred subs each. We needed 290 subs last time I checked. Let's try and hit 7K after the stream ends. We're on the road to 10,000, guys. Let's try and hit at least 7K after the stream ends. Welcome in, Amy. Welcome in, everybody that's new. God bless you guys. Jesus is King. Thank you for being here. Out of anywhere in the world you could be here. Join the See Me Now family because they need to see us now. God bless you guys, and let me be quiet.
Connecticut. Now, I know this because I'm from Connecticut, so there's no way to try to obscure that fact. Back in 2023, actually, a Catholic investigator revealed this and shared it. He addressed it in a series of tweets. Kyle Undercover wrote, I gathered property records for the 19 different states that the ADL has a regional office established. The report reveals that in the state of Connecticut, the ADL shares an office space with the FBI. They also share an office space with the United Nations in New York. Now, same building, across the hall, whatever. That's a fact. And it makes sense. You shouldn't be that shocked when they're owning the fact that they share information. It's easier to share information if you're sharing an office space, right? Anyways, he goes on and he writes, after reviewing the 19 ADL offices, we can see an alarming trend. 63% of the ADL's regional offices are located within various banking institutions. 42% are located within various law firms, ranging from immigration to criminal law. You should keep that in mind for what we're going to talk about later on the show. And 10% are located in Jewish institutions. So you get the point. Why am I telling you this? Because after I made that offhand remark yesterday, I received a rather stunning tip, which I have been able to corroborate, that out of all of the FBI boroughs in the United States, regarding which there are 55 main boroughs and over 350 satellite boroughs, the FBI sent the specific Connecticut borough down to UVU after Charlie Kirk was assassinated to help investigate the assassination. Okay, let's just look at the map again. They decided to go upwards on the East Coast and to send the field.
For people in here saying that I'm in here for dollars, you're going into the abyss now. Because not once do I mention my Cash App, but for me being not demonetized, I think it's a pretty decent, fair exchange. That I put my Cash App down below just in case anyone you guys want to donate, let alone my Streamlabs link, let alone my Kick link, and then you get your name on the wall in Sharpie, and you get to be on my wall behind me until the end of times. Even then, your names get carried over. But why would you say that? The event I'm holding at the college tonight is, let me tell you, free. All my time that I'm spending there to talk to all these people in the community and the students is free. So just shut up.
Office from that borough to UVU. I'm wondering why they did that. I'd like an answer. We're probably not going to get it. We're not getting answers in anything. I wonder what moved them to send that particular borough, okay, down to UVU. It just feels like you got a lot around you, a lot of options. It wasn't exactly like necessary for you to do that. Charlie Kirk gets assassinated, and yeah, that person provided proof. They said we are 1,000% certain. I said I'm going to need to see proof. Unbelievably, I'd like to know why they did that. Right? I'd like to know why suddenly now Kash Patel is making a strong statement against the ADL. All of that just feels a little too close to comfort. And by the way, how do you separate when you're just across the hall? Let's just think that you guys are not speaking to each other anymore. Are we supposed to be this dumb? Okay. Completely ridiculous. Completely ridiculous. Wanted to share that. Okay. Anyways, jumping back into more oddities that occurred on that day, despite having these federal agents from Connecticut. Now, I have presented to you just thus far, right, that a lot of these witnesses that immediately spoke out to say, here's what happened, here's how many shots, here's what I heard, that they had strange connections to the government or like weren't from UVU at all, were coming from overseas, didn't really make sense. I was trying to understand that. And yesterday, of course, we were trying to figure out who was this mysterious woman that was allegedly seen helping the shooter change clothes. I got that one tip from an individual, completely unrelated, said, yes, there was footage of a person helping the shooter change clothes. And then suddenly we were able to discern at the very least that someone in the Broderick Lyman family certainly acknowledges that there was a woman at the very least who she suspected could have been an accomplice. She didn't say anything about the person changing clothes, but we can watch that clip again.
So we have gained 18 subscribers so far. We're at 6,738, y'all. So make sure you guys double tap that screen. Hit the subscribe button. Let's hit 7,000 subscribers before the end of the stream. We always gain hundreds. Let's try and gain enough to hit 7K, man. We're on the road to 10,000 subs. Excuse me. I really want to hit 10,000 subs before the end of October. Much love to everybody. Welcome in NL123. Thank you guys for being here and showing so much love. God bless you guys. Jesus is King. Welcome to the See Me Now family. Hit the subscribe button right above my head. And if you feel extra generous, hit the 3 dots above my head. Go follow my Kick account. Let me know when you do it, and your name will go on the wall behind me in Sharpie. I love you guys so much, and I'll shut up.
To hear what she says.
If you time how long it took him to get from that little part over to here, was way longer than it should have been. So I wondered if the girl had given him stuff, like if there is an accomplice. Sorry, you're filming.
And it said right here, that picture from Sam's across the street, he was.
Gentle Giant, the viewer count's been crazy, bro. Go look at the past live streams. Go look at everything. Hit the live view count replay. We've been running it up, you guys. Thank you guys for so much support. Double tap that screen, hit the subscribe button. You guys are overwhelmingly making me grateful. Thank you so much.
It's right here.
Yep.
Okay. So we received a couple of tips pertaining to who that woman might have been, according to rumors circulating around Orem. Now, I want to be very clear. When we say that this is a rumor, I mean that you should take this information with a grain of salt. We cannot present it at face value because we don't have the footage, right? I cannot say this is a fact. I can say that this lead became more interesting to me and that the FBI should clarify things. It's that simple. Let us see all the footage. But they don't seem even remotely interested in trying to help us clarify anything. Anyways, the name that we had received was, it turned out, somebody that actually provided the only eyewitness testimony of having seen the shooter up close, limping. So it's possible, just to run the other side of things, that this woman captured both of them walking back to back and she just was walking near him and she had nothing to do with helping him change. That's all possible, and you should consider that possibility. We don't have answers. But there's something else that's interesting about her. Like I said, the testimony that she provided is interesting, and she is the only person that saw the shooter limping up close. And her name, and we know this because she spoke to the news, they all did, is Olivia Robertson Cobb Bishop. Let's listen to her testimony now.
I kind of realized the type of street I was on, a little bit more secluded, you know.
Olivia Bishop retraces her steps where she came face to face with Charlie Kirk's alleged killer.
Just looking over, seeing that he was limping, kind of being like, oh, okay. And then long black shirt, kind of thinking that's kind of weird. It's kind of super hot outside.
Bishop says something seemed a little off.
I did look over at him and he was kind of like that was his face, just kind of like not a smile or anything.
From the expressionless demeanor, long sleeve shirt during a hot summer day, to the limp.
It's kind of odd. I don't know. Like, now that I think about it, it's just very like chilling to me.
Chilling after reading charging documents online and seeing this video of Robinson walking away from UVU after Kirk was shot. That's when she realized she'd been only feet away from the accused killer. Now she questions whether she could have done more.
Had I seen the imprint of a rifle down his leg, if I had looked at him a little longer, then immediately after that happened.
I'm sorry, you guys, but the rifle was never there. My apologies. Just wasn't. Anyways, love you guys. Thank you. We just need 29 more likes to 100. You guys are amazing. Love you guys. God bless everybody. What a day, man. I got to speak at the college in literally 6 hours, a little under 6 hours, and I'm exhausted. So much love to you guys. I love you guys so much.
Happened, what I had thought back to him, you know, and been able to like alert authorities quicker.
Bishop realizes there's nothing she could have done
Shit, Gentle, you should see it when we're at 2.5K. Man, we've been running it up. I'm telling you. Go look at the other videos.
differently.
But just to have been like an eyewitness to him on his way there is just shocking to me.
I gotta say, when I saw that, I was actually kind of giddy because I was like, finally, it looks like a college student from UVU who is speaking to the news. That's great. And of course, I then had to wonder what she was studying. And it turns out, no, she doesn't go to UVU. I don't know. A lot of these people were not available that day. But what she does for a living is quite interesting because there's an emerging pattern. And for whatever reason, nobody who spoke to the press said what their connections were. It turns out that she works for the Orem Police Department. She's a record specialist. And I should tell you guys, kind of unbelievably, in August, if you're going to believe this, they kind of lost a lot of people that were working at the department. There's a Facebook post, people that were retiring, a lot of changes that were happening. I don't know when she started working there, but she works the Orem Police Department, and we're hearing a lot of stuff about some plausible corruption that might be going on there. And I just said, wow, okay. Curiously, she also purports to be a close witness to when Charlie got shot. And I'm wondering, if you work for the Orem Police Department, what were you doing going to a Charlie Kirk event in the middle of the day? Like, assuming that's a full-time job, Charlie spoke on a Wednesday. What were you doing there at all, actually? Is this like the longest lunch break ever? Meeting up with some friends, she says. Meeting up with some friends, okay. Another thing that we were able to learn is that she met up with her husband. Like, how are all of these people just allowed to leave work to hear Charlie Kirk speak? I'm interested. So I reach out, obviously, today, called the records office, sent her a text. We were able to find her number. She doesn't want to speak about anything. She says that was it. She just wanted to speak right there, give her testimony, and that she gave the appropriate information to the appropriate authorities. So that there, beyond that, is just going to be a dead end. But I'd like to take a broader look at our witness tree because it's growing, right? It's growing, our witness tree. We've got Tiffany Barker, of course. She's with the nieces. Her sister was Phil Lyman's running mate. She spoke to Good Morning America in the wee hours of the morning after. Phil Lyman, of course, our guy, he really does not like me at all. He wants me to know that he thinks I'm shady, that I'm an accomplice to something. He ran for Utah governor in 2024. He's featured George Zinn on his website at that time, spoke to Alex Jones, Fox News, News Nation.
17 more double taps. You guys are the best. Thank you guys so much. I love you.
Really, anybody that would have him. Now we have Olivia Bishop. She works for the Orem Police Records Specialist. And she works as the Orem Police Records Specialist. And she spoke to local news. Who else do we have here? Well, let me show you this other video, which gets interesting, okay? Check out this USA Today video of people speaking about what they heard and what they saw. Take a listen.
It sounds like lightning. It was so loud, I thought the shooter was right there in the crowd. And apparently he wasn't. Apparently he was far off. Everybody got down, and I instantly just started praying for Charlie Kirk. And the girl I was next to, she was bawling because she had seen it. She had seen the graphic imagery of the bullet piercing his neck and opening his neck up. And I can't imagine what it was like to see that.
I actually was just walking up. I was going to the event with a friend. And so I was in the back of the crowd, still walking to get closer when I heard the pop of a gunshot and people started screaming and running. So I took a knee, just out of habit from being in the Marine Corps. And people were still screaming and running. And I just decided to look for the shooter, wherever they might be. But people just kept clearing out.
Basically, I just heard a shot and I saw him falling towards the left, so I knew he got shot on the collarbone or the neck right here, but I didn't see bleed immediately. I just saw and I heard, and we all crouched down, and I wish there was a better security. I was a little surprised when I walked into the courtyard and there wasn't any metal detector. There were securities around the building, but it wasn't really solid.
That is kind of what's crazy. I mean, for the whole show, him being there, I mean, there was so many vantage points, but even when you watch Ian Carroll's video, like what we watched on my last stream where he was going over all the vantage points and all the options, I mean, it was pretty crazy that the security wasn't really on high alert at a place that has such different levels of sight and such different, angles of everything. It was in such a different way that we've seen. I mean, watching a Charlie Kirk debate video, I don't think um, I've ever seen him in his spot quite like he was at. I mean, there was a lot of elevated places. All in front of him was elevated. Those elevated buildings everywhere. It's kind of crazy. And he had 2 events in Utah, which is that were scheduled kind of conflicting. So kind of weird. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down below. But I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for all the support. And let's keep going. Again, 5 more likes to 100. I appreciate all the support. Let's try and get to 7K subscribers this stream. If 210 of you guys just subscribed, we would be at 7,000. So thank you. Again, my bad. I'm just writing notes right here for my college appearance. So yeah, love you guys. I'll shut up.
Okay, so
I'm a nobody, but you're on my channel. Oh my God, keyboard warriors. Oh my God. Oh.
to show you who those individuals are, a lot of software engineers. We can pull back up Emmanuel Furier. You saw his name there again. We're pulling people that spoke to the press publicly. We're not revealing any information here, but he works for Domo Incorporated. His history is that he is a software engineer, a technical advisor. His name is German.
Thank you for the 100 likes. Woo woo. Anything above that's just a blessing and a complete blessing. Like I said, the feeling of gratitude is the best feeling in the world, and you guys always make me feel it. Thank you for making me hit 100 likes. Anything above that is just a blessing. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button though above my head, man. Like I said, we're at like 6,700. Should we see where we're at right now? Hold on. We're at 6,765 subs. So that just means we need 235 more subscribers. So 235 of you beautiful people, double tap that screen and hit the subscribe button. Let's hit 7K before I get off. Anyways, I'll shut up. I love you.
In origin, I'd like to know a little bit more.
And to Smoke E, find something to be positive about. The fact that we woke up this morning. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's to be positive about, isn't it? I mean, for God's sake, isn't life a blessing? God, you pessimistic people in the chat just are crazy to me. How are you guys ever living life? How miserable you guys are.
So when I look up these people, by the way, none of them have reached out to me. Like from the minutes that this all happened, I asked for information. And for whatever reason, these people were very anxious to speak to the press right after. But then we're like, you know what? We're not gonna speak to anybody else about that. Same for Gurno owner. We covered this. He was with.
If you have a problem with me talking on my own channel, go somewhere else. Bye-bye.
Phil Lyman's
Into the abyss.
nephew, cousin. We learned was a software engineer from Austria. So Austria, Germany. Okay. Featured in Shaner's Instagram. And that guy, Scott Robbins, that you saw looking like a college kid, well, he was also a gubernatorial candidate. He ran for governor of Utah in 2024. Nobody mentioned this. I guess all of these USA Today or AP. No.
Thank you for the subscription, Fever Dream. And it's not about optimism. It's about being real. We can all come together. What's the left and the right? Are you on the left or are you on the right? What better way to separate us? Why don't we all just come center front, realize that we all have differences, but unite in the betterance of our country, not only for us, but for our children. I mean, it's not that hard, right? Love you guys.
Nobody asked them like who they were, if they were college students. And for whatever reason, everybody that they spoke to wasn't that. We will continue to grow this witness tree. Robbie Hild, we've put a TBD on because we're getting crazy information on him. We're calling him Mr. Worldwide over here. Okay, we've got Robbie Hild in the Cayman Islands. We've got Robbie Hild in Spain. We've got Robbie Hild all over. And so that's going to take some time. We need to be more thorough in that. And we will have more on Robbie Hild on Monday. Anyways, guys, this is a good time to take a pause and read some of our sponsors. You guys know I love Riverbend Ranch. Their steaks are phenomenal. It's great year. Have with all the restaurants. Ranch.com and use how much.
You guys think she's actually tried some of their stuff? Oh yeah, Riverbend, give me some steaks.
For that, not I
wouldn't mind giving that. I eat steaks every day. But anyway, let me shut up.
Okay, so it's looking like an operation, right? We are right now living through the JFK assassination. We weren't there for that. The majority of us weren't there for that. I wasn't there for that. But we wondered. We knew we were still being lied to about that assassination. And I just wondered, like, AJ did, allowed yesterday. Did all of the homies of JFK just try to cover?
By the way, Smoke E and everybody else, Smokey, you guys all better be subbed to your boy. Y'all better be a part of the family. Like I said, we've been getting a few hundred subs each stream. I need everybody who becomes a part of the family to hit the subscribe button with the notification bell. I want to see every single one of your beautiful faces in every stream. Because like I said, when I say you're joining the family, I don't mean that lightly. You are joining the family. I make sure I remember all of you. I'm not too good to respond to anybody. Join the family, join the movement, join the See Me Now movement. Let's go.
It up? I think the answer might be yes. I think he was surrounded. I think he was infiltrated. And then they got rid of him because of wrongthink. He had the wrong ideas that perhaps maybe every foreign nation should register under FARA. Anyways, how this works is that then you have to kind of put together like a Warren Commission, right? JFK, the Warren Commission, a complete and utter farce to pretend like the government's taking it seriously and investigating. Well, if Tyler Robinson's going to be our patsy, and I do want to be clear here, I'm not saying that Tyler Robinson is guilty of nothing, right? It's his gun. There's weird stuff going on there. I don't believe he pulled the trigger. But if they're going to make that stick, then you got to have a lawyer that's working for the prosecution, right? Well, that's what's going on. Recently, Elizabeth Lane went on the Redacted podcast, and she discussed
I'm gonna let this play. I gotta
how
go grab
the
something real quick. I'll be right back.
is picking his opponent in the Tyler Robinson case. Take a listen to her explain that.
Investigative journalist Elizabeth Lane is not giving up on this story. She's been on the ground in Utah connecting the CIA dots, the three-letter agency dots and connections, and she joins us now. Elizabeth, great to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me, Clayton. I looked at Tyler Robinson's case and I thought, well, why don't I get this guy a lawyer? Because that at least puts me near him so I can understand and control the process. And this is times where they couldn't find the guy a lawyer and they were kind of scrambling around to figure out who was going to be his lawyer. And I started approaching different firms in Utah, trying to get him a lawyer for pro bono. So I walked up to one of the most reputable firms in Utah, and I asked them if they were willing to represent Tyler Robinson for pro bono case. And I was extremely surprised what I got from them. First and foremost, they were like, yes, we're absolutely on this because we don't believe that what happened to Charlie Kirk was remotely a case of just a single, crazy kid going up and shooting the guy in the neck. Like, we don't believe that. So we are more than willing to represent him pro bono. So I was like, great. So we started the process. And what happened is we realized that we needed lawyers who are actually certified with death penalty. So their certifications didn't live up to that. But there's another interesting thing. When I did find a lawyer that was certified to represent Tyler Robinson, obviously I needed a consent from Robinson's family or Robinson himself, because he's actually not a minor. He can consent himself. Ironically, we were unable to get in touch with the parents because as a lawyer, you can't solicit clients. So it's illegal. So you can't just announce yourself that I'm going to represent Tyler Robinson. So I started doing that. So I got into this process and I asked my local lawyer firm, hey, what's the best way to go around here? Like, we need help to get the lawyer from New York who is certified to represent Tyler to get on the case. So he said, whatever you do, Elizabeth, do not get in touch with the firms in Utah that are the most powerful because they are in on it with the state. No matter what happens, they will take the side of the state. I did not listen to him. And I ended up calling one of the biggest firms in Utah just to ask for an advice. Like, what is the situation here? What can we do? They started screaming on the phone. And I was like, why do you even care? Like, you don't have a dog in this fight. Why are you so rude on the phone? So then I said, listen, there is a lawyer who's qualified and he's actually very famous in New York, wants to represent this kid. All I need is a consent from Tyler Robinson to do so. And we think that you can help. To this, I got a very rude response that only SCORDIS is allowed to find a representation for Tyler Robinson. So SCORDIS is a guy who's running as a state prosecutor. So here's the problem with that. State prosecutor cannot be responsible to find a lawyer for a defendant. That's illegal.
Right.
So
Right, that they
because
will
he's-
they're choosing their own opponent.
Yeah, that's what it seems
And this
like.
is something that I've been wondering about, because it seems like an open and shut case for any defense attorney, because the government has presented such a crap case, unless his attorney is a shill.
Yes. So what I know is that Scordis is running as a state prosecutor. He's running. Everyone can look it up. It's on his website. So it's not quite illegal for him to find a lawyer for Tyler, but it would be illegal if he was a state prosecutor. But what it is, though, is highly unethical.
Highly unethical. And the reason why I wanted to show you that clip is because I've learned a lot over the last couple of years. And what I can tell you is that this gang that's running everything, okay, they also are controlling the courts. That's how you get a prosecution against somebody that makes no sense. And why do you do that? Because typically you're hiding government's crimes, right? You want people to stop looking, you want people to stop asking questions. You're not just asking questions. Yeah, no, we are implying here that everything you're telling us about the Tyler Robinson case makes no sense, but these people control the courts. And I got to tell you another thing. I want to be very clear. They even have figured out how to run a kangaroo court system, total kangaroo court system, where judges do not have to follow the law. Okay. Ian Carroll was on my show speaking about this, pertaining to Justin Bieber. It is a fact. Arbitration courts, so they get you to sign a contract and you agree. If you have an issue, go to arbitration court. Most people don't know what that means. It's a private court where the judge does not have to follow the law. They can just say you're guilty. And when you get to that level, there's usually a couple of reasons why they've got these players that work for the government and are willing to lie and cheat and steal. And it is because the government needs a prosecution, or you've pissed them off and they need a conviction against you because they're trying to bankrupt you. Okay. The corrupt cases, when you get really close to a truth, the government swoops in to try to bankrupt you. I am living proof of that. Never in the history of the world ever has there been a sitting leader of a foreign country that has sued a podcaster or a news member, even a journalist in a foreign country for defamation. Okay. I am the first. It is because we are getting close to a lot of truth when it comes to Brigitte Macron. Okay. And so now what they're doing is they're calling their cronies. Brigitte Macron has hired former federal prosecutors, and she's hiring a firm here. Why? Because the next option is Candace and Shut Up are going to bankrupt her. These are the people that want you to believe they're successful in life organically. No. The entire system is rigged. It's rigged. Okay. If you get too close to them and too powerful, usually suddenly a person gets inclined to commit suicide.
Make sure you guys double tap that screen, man. We are at 71 more likes to 200 likes. 71 more beautiful people. Just double tap that screen. Thank you guys for joining the stream. Thank you guys for being a part of the family. We're trying to hit 7,000 subscribers before we head off. We are 200 away. So 200 of you beautiful people, just double tap that screen and hit the subscribe button with notification bell. And if you're feeling extra generous, go follow my Kick. Hit the 3 dots above my head. Hit the Kick account. Go follow. Get your name written on my wall in real time. Anyways, love you guys. Jesus is king.
You don't know why. And then suddenly there's a hostile takeover of their company, or, a random person shoots them, right? If there's any threat against them, it's either you're smeared, you are bankrupted, or you die in rather mysterious circumstances. So watch this, because you're learning the playbook. Everybody's waking up right now. You need to pay attention to this. This is another one of their mechanisms. They control the courts, and they will get whatever it is they need to get accomplished in the courts, whether it's bankruptcy or a conviction that makes literally no sense, as is going to be the.
We need 206 more beautiful people to hit the subscribe button, double tap that screen. We'll be at 7K. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys so much. I'll shut up.
Case with Tyler Robinson. They're going to convict him. Right? They found their patsy. They're going to make it work, and they're going to keep threatening the rest of us for noticing that nothing makes sense at all. Anyways, further to that point, I had done, and if you have not watched it, you should jump into the Epstein series that we paused because this happened, where we talked about that, the hand of Midas, making these people executives. We're more successful because we're brighter. No, you're more successful because you're more corrupt. You're willing to lie, cheat, steal, and kill, actually, to get whatever it is that you want. And the Jeffrey Epstein story has all of those elements, right? And our government, I think actually it was the day that Charlie was killed, quietly voted. We're not going to actually release any Epstein files. Wow, how do they maneuver that? Well, Marjorie Taylor Greene has been very loud about how she is against that, and she has grown increasingly vocal, and she feels the need, as she did a couple of days ago, to publicly clarify that she is not suicidal. She wrote, I am not suicidal, and I'm one of the happiest and healthiest people that you will meet. I have full faith in God, and Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. As a sinner, I am only saved through his grace and mercy. With that said, if something happens to me, I ask you all to find out which foreign government or powerful people would take heinous actions to stop the information from coming out. Not only about this issue, but because of the truth that I have been speaking, the people understand what I am saying. Yes, we are the people, and we understand what you are saying. We understand why speech is considered so dangerous, why the ADL creates a list that features people like Charlie Kirk and Turning Point USA and Candace Owens. Why speech is so dangerous is because if it carries truth, it speaks to power. And power is not truth. Power at this moment is a lie. It is a carefully woven lie everywhere, rigged against all of us. That is
I seen Phil say, I think the shot came from the trap door. I think it came from his mic. With the way you see the shirt expand and explode, I wouldn't be surprised if it was the mic, allegedly, because of the pager attacks that them boys did. That's just my opinion. That's one of them. Another one of them is I don't think it was the caliber of bullet they were saying. I think it was the perfect caliber to hit him right in the artery. Doesn't have to go deep, doesn't have to go far. It just has to hit you right below and go right beneath the skin and tear that. And that can cause the bloody scene you've seen. I don't think that anything's adding up. I think it could have been the mic, because when you watch it, the way that things go, I think the mic could have been it. Which, with the way the mic was aiming, it's possible, but it's low possibility. But one thing I'm really thinking is that the bullet was definitely not a 30-06. It was definitely something that was gonna hit him, be precise, but didn't have to blow his whole head off. You know.
why I say the action that you can take, right? Don't feel hopeless. Understand they're actually panicking right now. What can you do in your household? Well, the first thing you can do is do not put your children in their matrix. Take your kids out of school. These sleeper cells are all across the nation, okay? And we're going to get into this next week. I wanted to make sure that I could get more thorough and show to you the Ukrainian connections.
When you even think about all those teachers that were saying, "Oh, good riddance, good thing that happened to them," in front of their kids. I mean, there was hella headlines about it. 29 more likes will be at 100. Thank you guys so much. But yeah, I mean, there was a lot of headlines about it. It's scary to think who is kind of like a sleeper cell radical in our country. But one thing I do have to say is that I have my kids in a decent school. It's a Catholic private school. I like to think that they're teaching them the right stuff. I know what they're teaching them. So, but yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with her when it comes to pulling your kids out of the matrix for sure.
That are coming across in this that are very strange, but I guess not so strange when you pay attention to the last shootings, trans shootings that have happened. The Catholic school shooting, the person was scribbling in their notebook recently, the shooter in Cyrillic. What's that about? What's that about? Why do we suddenly have Russian speakers that are involved in these sorts of things? We are looking at a program, and we're going to speak more about that because you have to understand it is dangerous what's happening right now. It's a dangerous game. And we're playing with dangerous people. And if it ever needed to be said, I am certainly not suicidal. I'm angry. I'm angry at people that are homicidal, is really what's happening.
There's really not much priests in the school besides when there's mass. I mean, it's really just teachers, and I know all of them. I go to every one of their rooms. I know every single one of them. So something like that can't really happen to my kid there. What I am worried about is a radicalist trying to target the only Catholic school in my city. That's what I'm worried about. I even asked my boss about upping security measures, but hey, Moon,
And enough is
you don't know if I'm carrying my security measure. It's all I gotta say. Anyone want to try and attack the Catholic school where I'm at? Hey, I got some scissors for you.
enough. And if we are not brave
In my
enough to speak
metaphoric
out,
way.
if we are not brave enough to take that action and to begin something as minor as homeschooling our kids, getting out of their system entirely, then our children are going to inherit a world in which the truly evil people have completely wrapped everything, right? They have wrapped.
One thing I want to ask about Candace though is like, are you homeschooling your kids? Like, you want to talk about it, but are you going to have a nanny homeschooling your kids, or are you sitting there actually doing it? I mean, you can't say that to the masses when most of us can't really do it, right?
Everything, and they control everything. It's up to us, guys, and I think we're close. So I'm going to leave that at that. Speak about a couple more sponsors before getting into some of your comments and questions that you have.
Well, Jordy, doesn't matter if you can afford it. I'm putting them through it. You want to see the proof? Hey, just because you're a bum behind the keyboard doesn't mean I'm a bum. I'm completely blowing up on here and everywhere else. And not only that, but my kids are in the private school that I'm talking about as I speak. I'm on my lunch break giving you guys this good stream. So shut up.
I should have first let you know we did open another tips line because we are at max capacity. I want to remind you guys, if you have tips pertaining to Robbie Hild, anything that we are saying about what took place
however I
on
want on
that
my
day.
channel.
Tips does not include, Candace, have you seen this theory? Watch this TikTok, please, guys. We are trying not to have our inbox cluttered because we want to get to all of these tips. A lot of information. Please email more tips at CandaceOwens.com. More tips at CandaceOwens.com if you have a tip pertaining to what took place on that day. First, want to throw it to 7 Weeks Coffee. You guys know I love them. It's America's pro-life coffee company. The pro-life mission is important because they don't want us to have a lot of children, more of them, less of us. 7 Weeks Coffee is on a mission, million more percent also to finance. I want to read from YouTube yesterday. It made me so happy. I also shared it. I'm pushing for. We started homeschooling this morning. This encouragement regarding homeschooling, because that is what I am pushing for. This user wrote, my sister took her 4-year-old out of school yesterday, literally started homeschooling this morning. I cannot go into detail, but I'll say this. Financially, they will be tight, but she said that it is worth it. Since I saw her conviction, I volunteered myself to be his.
See, if I were to homeschool my kids, I'd be financially tight, but I could achieve it in a way. But when I know that my education for my kids is all right, the moment I see it's not is when I'll do it. But I agree. I mean, be vigilant on what your kids are dealing with at their schools.
PE and music teacher as his extracurricular activities. Like they say, it takes a village. Indeed, I love that. I also want you to know, network with moms in the area, because like what you're saying, I can do PE. That's what me and another mom did. I was like, let's just figure this out. We know something is wrong. Something dangerous is coming. We can all feel it spiritually. And I'm telling you, these sleeper cells exist in public schools, private schools. They are there. There is a lot of evil that is happening right.
Just a little joke. You think there's this like a little third grader who's like a sleeper cell who's like, once they hear the right word through the Pledge of Allegiance, they're like, Allahu Akbar. No, I'm kidding. I'm just playing.
Now, and I hope that if you guys are watching the show, you understand that I am telling you this, and I would not tell you this if it was not. I felt it spiritually, and then this happened, and I'm looking into things. It's not making sense. None of it makes sense. We're told left versus right, but it is not that. It is all of us versus them. And they're upset that we're united, by the way. I saw this when they were attacking Megyn Kelly. I think I showed you yesterday. She said, well, my battle is against the left. And then they showed her a clip of me saying that it's not left or right anymore, and said, well, look, Megyn, now you should attack Candace because she's allied with the left. Yep, I am allied with the left and the right. Any person that is awake and realizes that that is slave slop, okay? We're never going to be able to shake the true power structure if we keep shouting at one another and not realizing that groups control extremists on both sides. They are fostering, I think, those extremists on both sides intentionally. We'll get into more of that next.
24 more likes, 24 more people just need to double tap their screen and we'll be at 200 likes. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys all. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the See Me Now family. Let's let her finish her comments and then we'll move on. I might just get off right after this because I do have one more thing I have to do after this stream. So like I said, this wasn't going to be a long stream, but I had to get on to say what's up to my family.
Week, I said I was going to read your comments, and so I should probably do that. Cajun Pigne writes, we normal, everyday people, thank you and your team for all the hard work trying to make sense of Charlie's fateful event. I believe in the Almighty that all will come to light in Jesus' name. Amen. I believe so too. I don't think they can hide it. I think we're keeping their feet to the fire. We are absorbing all of these bullets, figurative bullets, wherein they're attacking us, attacking our character, psychological operation, paying influencers to say, that's crazy. Don't even think about it. Everything was above board. We can only trust the feds. Tell us what happened. Right. We can't trust them at all. And I hope, having learned the origin story of the ADL in their relationship with the FBI. You realize that. Go read that book about Mary Fagan, written by Mary Fagan, a descendant with her same name. Bill Scott writes, I came to Christ after going down so many rabbit holes, ending at the same conclusion. Satan runs the world, but God wins in the end. Christ is king. So well said, Bill Scott. Camille writes, homeschool your kids. 2 hours with you is greater than a day in a classroom. You can teach them how to learn. Thank God for my wife being determined to homeschool. Our 2 kids love it and have so much time to pursue their talent. It's worth it. Yeah. So I do the morning stuff for homeschooling. And obviously I just started this week, and I can tell you, I feel more joyful. Like there is something they are taking away from us spiritually by taking our kids for 6 hours a day, then saying, oh, then afterwards they have to do their activities and somehow also find time for homework. This whole thing is crazy and stupid. Like, what are we doing? We're just like literally handing our kids over to the state and we get no time with them. Like, this is so wrong. If you feel it and you need to hear that message today, you can do it. Okay. And you're going to be happy once you do it. Maybe not everybody gets the new iPhone 8 as soon as it drops. Maybe you're gonna have to cut expenses in some category, but you can do it. And I told you, I was inspired by my sister, who is very middle class, and she's an accountant, and she did it. She just made it.
And Candace, you are a millionaire. Let's, okay, slow down on that aspect here.
And I was like, what is my excuse? What is my excuse to not do this exact same thing? It is a blessing. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for my sister for ripping the Band-Aid off and making me feel like a total loser for not having done it sooner. Cassandra writes, hi, Candace. Love you, girl. Been following you forever. I know you are focused on Charlie Kirk case right now, but curious to know your thoughts on Greta Thunberg and the flotilla. Israel is committing an international crime right before our eyes. I have not looked much into that story. I covered on recent episodes how they randomly, you can really see how much power Israel has because they like put her on the cover of Time. And then suddenly they were like, she had an octopus in a picture. And they basically said she's Hamas. And it was very funny. It's very funny. It gets more and more ridiculous when you look at.
All right, guys, I'm not going to listen to her read her comments. I am going to get off real quick. I got something to do before work. Like I said, I'm speaking at the college tonight, so I will be speaking at my college from 7. It is 2:06 my time, so whatever it is your time, if you can do the math and try and make it by 7 on the stream to listen to my college speaking event, that would be awesome. If not, then I'll see you on the next stream, most likely tomorrow. As you guys know, on the weekends, you guys get me for a whole lot longer. So tune in for that, show some love and support. And we're going to continue to run it up and show some, truth. I'm tired of people being so clouded by bullshit. It's time to really just start focusing on what's right and focusing on, following what's right and following the truth. You know what I'm saying? Thank you guys so much for all the love and support. Like I said, we were at, let's see here. I don't know, we're at like 6,750 or something like that. Now we're at, we gained well over 50 subs. I mean, we got 6.81K subs now. So thank you guys so much. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, right? Double tap that screen. Go follow my kick in the description. Hit the 3 dots above my head. Go follow my kick. And if you follow it and I'm not on, make sure you tell me so I can write your name on the wall behind me. As you guys see, there's already some names back there. My chair is covering them. But yeah, hit the subscribe button, man. Double tap that screen. We're on the road to 10,000 subs. We're very close to 7K. So I couldn't be any more grateful. Thank you guys so much for everything. And I will see you next time. Tune in tonight for the college event. Love you guys. Peace.